My name is Abdullah Olgun. I'm a professor of biochemistry. I'm a medical doctor. And since 1995, I'm especially interested in the field of aging. I do research on aging. So this is how it works for me. And I also have some responsibility. I'm the dean of a faculty of pharmacy in Ankara, Istanbul, in Turkey, in İstinye University. So this is a summary of my career. The reason that I'm interested in the deuterium field, especially in the context of aging, was when I first figured that deuterium concentration is too high. So and it was the first time that it was really shocked and surprised me. After that, I started to look what kind of effects high deuterium content can have on our system, in our body, and especially in the context, as I mentioned, on aging. Then I started to look what kind of system, what kind of biochemical reactions, pathways, or enzymes can be somehow mechanistically involved, bad effects of high deuterium content. And I scrutinized many types of enzyme systems. And among them, one of them, especially in mitochondrial ATP synthase, seemed to me one of the great candidates to show how high deuterium content can be effective, can cause its harmful effects. So this is how it started for me. And I published my article about deuterium's effects on ATP synthase. So I was contacted by Gabor's group, and then I attended the second meeting here in Budapest in order to make my talk about my research then. And then since then we are in contact somehow. And this is my second attendance to the meeting, and I'm happy to be here with all of the great scientists who are working in this field, in deuterium depletion. In our bodies, we got the energy from the food. And the energy from the food cannot be used directly. So, for example, you earn money in Hungary, but you cannot spend your Hungary currency when you go to US. You need to convert your money to US dollars. So the same is true for the food, the energy from the food. So when we get the energy from the food, we need to convert it to ATP. ATP is the currency of energy in our cells, for our cells. So if there is no ATP, the cells cannot use energy directly. So it's a kind of valid currency. And in our bodies produce up to maybe our body weights of ATP per day. And we already produce and consume ATP. And major producer of ATP is a great nanomachine in our cells. It's found in mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cells. And it's a kind of nanomotor. So in order to work that nanomotor, we need protons. So protons make the rotor wheel turn, and then this generates ATP. But for 15,000 protons in our cells, there is a chance of being one deuteron. It's a kind of isotopic effect of deuterium. But if instead of proton in the rotor, if deuteron enters the rotor, it can cause stutter of the rotor, and this can prevent or delay the production of ATP. So if you don't produce sufficient amounts of the ATP, so your cells cannot get energy to repair or maintain themselves, and this can be one of the causes maybe of aging or some age-related pathologies. Because it's a very niche area, and I think the scientists who are interested in this field are pioneers of this field. Therefore, it's a great opportunity for us to discuss and to make our network and to learn what people do in the world, especially in this topic. So they are also courageous people, because in some fields that also newly emerged fields, sometimes it requires courage to express your ideas and convince people about what you do. And so therefore I give very big importance to this meeting. So evidences are accumulating in this field. So, in the medical field, we call the current concept of medical practice is evidence-based medicine. So we need to base all of our practices on evidences, but with very strong scientific evidences. Then, as I saw in this meeting also, the evidences are increasing concerning the usage of low deuterium water, deuterium depleted water. And whenever we get the sufficient amount and reliable and convincing scientific evidence, so it's going to be maybe a part of the normal medical practice. I'd like to say that the field is emerging and we need some kind of funds to make good research, and therefore only this way that we can be able to, maybe if it's still scientifically effective, and the majority of the people can get benefit of it. And one of the obstacles is, I think, if it's in the future, near future, if beneficial effects of light water is proven, then we will need some very innovative ways of producing light water, maybe in our houses. We will need some very cheap machines, etc. Otherwise, the logistics of the current system is not enough to provide the general public light water.